Okay. All right. So FEMA, and I'm doing this as a public service, FEMA, in coordination with the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, will be conducting a nationwide test of the Emergency Alert System, the EAS, and the Wireless Emergency Alerts, the WEA. Now, when you think wireless, I think of my grandparents. Turn on the wireless. That's what they used to call radios. But no, that's what the federal government now calls your cell phone, the wireless. The WEA portion of the test is going to be directed at all consumer cell phones tomorrow. The text message will display in either English or in Spanish, depending on the language settings of the wireless, quote, handset. Okay, I just would like to just point out, no one should be in charge of our emergency alert system that calls your cell phone a handset or a wireless. The EAS portion of the test is going to be sent to radios and televisions. Now, we used to have the EBS, the Emergency Broadcast System. What you're about to hear is only a test. Don't freak out. Well, freak out a little bit, and I'll tell you after the tone goes off if you should freak out a lot or not. We used to have that, and then we'd run a tone. Well, back in the Obama days, they took that away. And now it is initiated from the White House. The White House has its own switch that can take over all radio and television for the EBS. So the president could address you immediately. Look, I have to stop all other communications to communicate to you and tell you the absolute God's honest truth of what's happening. Wow, I feel better. So tomorrow, they're conducting this test. Now, this will be the second test that they've done to all cellular devices. They did one when it first was plugged in. They were like, we're just going to do a test. Don't freak out, America. And they did a test. And it's been like 12 years, 15 years since we've had a test. Now, for some reason, somebody's like, I wonder if this thing still works. I'm blowing the dust off it. Does it work? Hello, testing. 1, 2. 1, 2. I don't know. So they're just testing it tomorrow, and it's perfectly normal. It just hasn't been done in 12 years.
Oh, good. Well, it's always good to keep on top of things. Mm-hmm, you know, like you're supposed to test your fire alarms every once in a while.
I feel good about it.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe it started doing that chirp thing.
Yes.
Like in the middle of the night, they were asleep.
Do we have to put the battery in? What is it? Yeah.
And then they were walking around like, I don't know, the Pentagon or something, like looking for the one little chirp somewhere they couldn't find it.
What is that?
It took probably 6 years. A big
Then they hit it with a broomstick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what happened. Now, by the way, that happens tomorrow at 2:20. So if you get a test, you will have to realize it's only a test. In completely unrelated news, as I told you yesterday, the former Soviet Union is also running a test, and they're running it today. Their test is of the emergency, holy crap, get out of your house, only a third of Russia is going to survive nuclear blast test. And they're doing that today nationwide. So I feel good. The reason why we have the EBS test or the EAS test or the wireless test, the reason why we have it, it was established, oh my gosh, what a coincidence this is. It was established in the Cold War when we realized, hey, we could all be dead in 18 minutes. So let's do a minute-long tone and then come out and say, hey, by the way, we're going to give you some information here, and we're going to spend about 5 minutes maybe telling you all the news. At the end of it, because, well, we debated whether this or not was real, you got about 3 minutes to get your crap together and get on out. So that makes me feel better. Makes me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me not want to carry a phone ever, because I think I'd rather just, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the asteroid. At this point, I'm kind of rooting for the missile, just to.
Yeah. I mean, wait, you're rooting for the missile or the asteroid?
Well, really, pretty much. Just
Either
death.
one. Whatever.
Just
sudden, instant.
I would like to be one of those people that have the shadow burned on the sidewalk so they could always go, that fat one there, that's Glenn. That was Glenn. Isn't that amazing?
In memoriam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be great. So anyway, nothing to worry about on tomorrow. Nothing to worry about tomorrow.